Hi, Sid Dobrin here with Inventive Fishing, and I've been thinking a lot about saltwater fisheries management and the Modern Fish Act, what's more formally known as H.R. Bill 2023, officially titled Modernizing Recreational Fisheries Management Act of 2017. And I keep thinking, holy crap, we're actually thinking about modernizing saltwater recreational fisheries management? It's about damn time. I mean, the Magnuson-Stevens Fishery Conservation and Management Act has been the doctrine on such matters since 1976, and yeah, it's been amended a handful of times since, but the thing is remarkably flawed, and anyone who fishes recreationally can see the results of that poor management in everything from fishing limit allocations to ridiculous recreational seasons for red snapper and a host of other fundamental problems. So now, finally, there's a chance that the federal government will revise the act in such a way that accounts for a lot of the problems the Magnuson-Stevens left recreational anglers. So first, props to Republican Representative Garrett Graves of Louisiana, Democratic Representative Gene Green of Texas, Republican Representative Daniel Webster of Florida, and Republican Representative Rob Whitman of Virginia, who have sponsored H.R. Bill 2023 and brought it to Congress. It's about time not only that such a proposal be made, but that it be made with bipartisan representation. And so I've spent some time reading H.R. 2023, and I'm pretty excited about what it says. Look, fundamentally, we can say that the two biggest flaws of the Magnuson-Stevens Act are that the act conflates recreational fisheries management and commercial fisheries management, addressing them as the same thing, not accounting for any difference at all. And let's face it, they're nothing alike. Philosophically, ethically, economically, politically. Yet for so many years, federal legislation has addressed the two as the same. But H.R. 2023 opens with what I think may be one of the most important statements made to date about fisheries management. While both provide significant cultural and economic benefits to the nation, recreational fishing and commercial fishing are fundamentally different activities, therefore requiring management approaches adapted to the characteristics of each sector. Amen! And it's about time they got it this clearly. If nothing else comes of this act, nothing else, this statement alone opens the door to an entirely different approach to legislative thinking about fisheries management. And I'm so thrilled to see this one statement in the act that I'm contemplating getting a full gangsta back tattoo with this text. I mean, this is downright historical stuff for anglers. And to make matters even more hopeful, the Act goes on to address a second critical flaw, not only with Magnuson-Stevens, but with the entire mentality that has driven fisheries management. A flat-out failure to collect and employ reliable scientific data to manage fisheries. H.R. 2023 makes it clear from the outset that, quote, not later than 60 days after the date of the enactment of this Act, the Secretary of Commerce shall enter into an arrangement with the National Academy of Sciences to conduct a study of the South Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico mixed-use fisheries too, and then it goes on to provide guidance to those fishery councils for developing allocation criteria, to identify sources of information that support the use of those criteria, and to develop allocation procedures and adjustment. And why is the Southeast region and Gulf Coast region singled out at the beginning of this act for this need? Because the Gulf Regional Council and the Southeast Regional Council have consistently flubbed the red snapper fishery management so badly that if intervention doesn't come immediately, we're going to have even bigger problems than we currently have. And don't get me started on the whole red snapper issue here. That's at least a few more things I've been thinking about. So what it comes down to, in a nutshell, is that H.R. 2023 starts to address two of the biggest problems in recreational fisheries management. And that's a great step in the right direction. Sure, the proposed legislation isn't perfect, but what legislation is? What we need now is congressional recognition and support to validate the social and economic importance of recreational angling in the United States. So what can you do? Well, first, go read the bill. You can download it at this link. And keep in mind that yes, I spend a lot of time reading and studying this stuff, and I appreciate you listening to my thoughts about it, and I certainly hope you trust my comments. But really, go read the thing for yourself. As a voter and as an angler, you ought to feel obligated to actually know what's going on. Then let your representatives know that you support H.R. 2023. Don't know how to reach your representative or even who your representative is? Well, the angling-minded folks at Keep America Fishing have made that easy. Just go to this webpage and follow the directions to let your representative know that you fish, you vote, and you support H.R. 2023. Fish on. Can't.